Hey, it's Brianna for Triumphant Tuesdays, and I'm sorry it's not Tuesday, it's Friday, kind of late, but I have the flu, I was sick, so I didn't get to make a video. I'm still not feeling great, so I'm just chilling in my bed. Sorry about the informalness of that and my appearance, but I really wanted to make this video, so I'm gonna make it anyway. Hope you like it. This week's topic is about lessons we've learned and inspirational people and what we've learned from them and just things about life that we've picked up along the way. And if you guys didn't know, I'm sure you probably do if you're watching this, but Arielle, she made this topic, but she's doing this gratefulness project right now, and she's writing in a blog about things she's grateful for, and she actually writes notes to strangers and leaves them places and says that she's grateful for them. Anyway, I'm super inspired by that, and I'm sure that her gratefulness project helped her come up with this topic. So I'm going to talk about the different lessons I've learned, and this will be part 2. If you have watched my videos before, you probably know that they entered this channel like I did Brianna's lessons. So this will be part 2, and this is just stuff that I've learned from people or picked up along the way that I think are important life lessons. So hope you like them. And my 2 favorite quotes are, "Don't let it break you. No matter how hard life gets, it always goes on." And the second one is, "Know that there's something inside of you that's greater than any obstacle." And I think these quotes will help you understand the lessons I picked up better and help you realize that you are a strong person, because you are. The first lesson is that life happens and it doesn't always go according to plan, and it's better that you embrace that and take the lessons that life offers you and use your experience to become a better person and to better yourself and ultimately better the world, hopefully. People say that life happens when you're making other plans, and I think that's true. We can't always control everything that happens to us in our life, and our life is part of our story, but just know that you can't always control everything that happens to you, and it's more about how you respond to what happens to you and how you deal with it than what actually happened. Like, that creates who you are, how you respond to your life. So I know we all have plans for our life, but don't get so upset if it doesn't work, because you might be given another opportunity, or there might be some reason that something didn't work out for you, and there might be something better for you. So just try as hard as you can to be open to the experiences that life gives you. And the second lesson is from my friend. I love her, and her lesson is, "Don't train wreck your life just because something bad happens to you." I love this one. And it's true. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you probably know that I lost my therapist like in the summer, and I was really sad about that. But it was something bad that happened to me, but it wasn't my fault. And I could have gone back to my eating disorder or done other negative things or stayed really depressed, but that would have hurt my life. But what happened to me wasn't my fault. It was just something that happened. So I was able to not do negative things and to reach out for help and realize that, like my therapist leaving, that was her choice. I didn't get to control that. But just because something bad happened to me doesn't mean that I should make my life more difficult. So just because something bad happens to you, hang in there. It will be okay. And I'm still really sad that my therapist left, but I'm also really proud that I still have a good life and that I didn't mess it up just because something bad happened to me. Life isn't perfect. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. It's not perfect, and the sooner you can come to accept that, the better off you're going to be. The third lesson is, don't judge yourself when something bad happens to you. My new therapist actually taught me this one. I think I've known this from before, but she kind of made a really cool example out of it that made a lot of sense to me. We were talking about my trauma in therapy a couple weeks ago, and she suddenly changed the subject to talking about We Are Freedom Fighters and the girls and meeting them and what the team meant to me, and she started asking me all these questions out of the blue about We Are Freedom Fighters. And I was like, why are you changing the topic? She's like, I'm not, just go with this, listen. So I was like, okay. I didn't really get it, but I was like, okay. So just sit there listening, and she's like, well, what do these two experiences have in common? Like your trauma and We Are Freedom Fighters. And I was like, nothing. Nothing. Like, one of them is amazing and one of them's horrible. She's like, they're both part of life. They're both your experiences. They're both something that happened to you. And she pointed out that I love We Are Freedom Fighters. And she's like, you don't judge yourself or second guess it or think you didn't deserve We Are Freedom Fighters or wonder why it happened or wondered why you were good enough. I'm guessing you don't do that. And I was like, no, definitely not. But she's like, why do you judge yourself when something bad happens to you? There are events in life, like good things in life are going to happen and bad things in life are going to happen. But they don't define who you are. It's just life. And life is going to keep happening. And yeah. So, I mean, it made me start realizing that I don't need to judge myself every time something bad happens to me. I'm not a bad person. I'm not less of a person. I'm not less deserving when something bad happens to me. It's just part of life. And it's a lesson, sure, but it's kind of like things could go either way. Like, good things happen and bad things happen, but ultimately, like I said before, it's what you make of them. And things will continue to happen in our life, so the best thing we can do is just deal with them. And it made me, I can't say I don't judge myself when bad things happen in my life, but I'm trying not to, and it made me realize that I was doing that. So it's definitely been really eye-opening to realize that. The fourth lesson is your life is valuable, someone loves you, you are an important part of the world, and you're meant to be here. And that's really true. Like, I talked about this girl that I loved before that just came up to me and gave me a huge hug and told me she loves me, and we're really good friends. But at that point in my life, I didn't realize that my life was valuable and I needed to be here and I needed to live. And she helped me live. But somebody loves you. You are meant to be here. And as sucky as things can sometimes get, there is a purpose for your life. And you are worthy of being here, and you are so beautiful, and you will do something great with your life just by being here. But someone loves you no matter what. And the last lesson I have is you only have one body. Accept it and treat it well. You can't get a new one. You can't. Whatever you're given is what you're given. And I struggled a lot with this because of my cerebral palsy, and I wanted a different body, and I wanted it to look like this, and I wanted it to be like this, and I wanted to play sports and whatever else. But it is what it is. I can't get a new one. And I mean, I know it's obvious, like, you can't get a new one. Of course you can't. But you really can't. You might not like your size, you might not like something about you, but it's what you have. Treat it well. And it's the only body you have, so you might as well work with it and be respectful of it and maybe ultimately love it. But it's the only one you got. And recovery has to come from you. People can help you along the way. People can give you advice. People can guide you. But ultimately, you have to be the driver of that bus. Recovery has to come from you. You have to want it. You have to go after it. And you have to be the one to free yourself. Everything you need is already inside of you. And you can overcome anything. But you have to ultimately be the one to set yourself free.